So, input stream class, it is an abstract class that is used for reading 8-bit bytes of data. So, subclasses of input stream class are illustrated as following. So, here input stream is an abstract class. So, we already know what is an abstract class. Abstract class could not be instantiated. So, what you can do is you can implement the abstract class and then those classes could be instantiated. So, it means that you cannot directly instantiate an input stream. So, here you can see we have input stream. From your input stream we have object input stream, string buffer input stream, sequential input stream, byte array input stream, your filter input stream, piped input stream and file input stream. So, all these are derived classes of your input stream, whereas again your filter input stream is being derived into line number input stream, data input stream, buffered input stream, pushback input stream. So, as already stated, so we cannot instantiate the input stream, whereas we could instantiate all the other streams. So, we can see that we have object input stream. So, it is used to handle objects, then string buffer, then your sequential input stream, then to handle your byte array. So, this is in order to do some filtering with respect to the stream that we have. Then it is piped input stream, your file input stream specifically for handling your file, and then data input stream for your data, and then we will have a look on all these anyway. So, first we will look about what is a byte array input stream class. So, byte array input stream is an implementation of an input stream that uses a byte array as a source. This class has two constructors, each of which requires a byte array to provide the data source. So, byte array input stream, your byte array, and then byte array input stream again has byte array as well as the start and the number of bytes that you are going to use from that particular byte array to create the byte array input stream. So, this byte array input stream is going to take byte array. So, it is an array of bytes as the parameter for the constructor. It means that whenever I give a byte array, you have a stream being constructed which is going to handle that particular type of byte array. So, for example, I have an array. So, the format of the data is bytes. So, now this byte array, for this I construct a stream. So, it means that whenever I want to store my data, here it is input stream. So, here what we do is we are going to read the data from that particular byte array. So, the size of the byte array need not be given for one particular type of constructor, and the next particular type of constructor we are giving a byte array as well as the number of bytes that your starting element and then the number of bytes that you are going to access from that particular byte array. So, since it is an input stream, you are going to access the data that is available in the byte array. So, you can see a sample program here, import java.io.star. As you know, all the classes that gets imported in your particular program execution. It means that your class loader will load all the classes that is available in java.io. So, now we have a demo program here, we have a main. So, here we have a string temp ABC. So, this is a string, and then here we have a byte array B is equal to temp.getBytes. So, getBytes is a method that is available in the string class which is going to get the bytes, and then this bytes will be stored in form of a byte array. So, now I have a byte array input stream, and then the byte array which is assigned as the parameter for the constructor is this B. So, now from that I am giving I is equal to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus, here we have an integer, C is equal to in dot read. So, this read is the method which is going to read the particular byte array. So, in is nothing but my input stream. So, from this input stream I am going to read the data. So, whenever I read from this input stream, what does it mean? It means that I am going to read from the byte array, and then the data that is written in this method will be an integer. So, the end of the byte array will be obtained only when you have value to be -1. If I is equal to 0, then system.out.println I am printing whatever the integer I have, converting that, typecasting that into form of character. Else what I do, I change that to uppercase and then I try to print it. So, now in dot reset, it will again reset my particular stream. Previously we have seen about byte array, and now we are going to see about file input stream. So, now file input stream class is used to read the contents in a file in form of bytes. So, since it is input stream, it will be in form of byte. The types of files available depend on the file system used by the underlying operating system. When file input stream is created, it is also open for reading. So, whenever you have an byte array input stream, that byte array input stream will take the data from the byte array. Here we have file input stream where your data is taken from the file. So, now our source of information will be available in the file. So, if I want to access a file and then I go in for creating a file input stream and accessing that particular file. So, here is a sample program. We have input stream f is equal to new file input stream. I am having a text file f dot available, my input stream dot available will give me the size of that particular file. So, now my total available bytes of the file I can print. What is the name of the file? Here you can see that input stream f. So, it means that it is an object reference. So, here I have f dot read. So, I am reading till the size of that particular file. So, f dot read will read in form of int and it will be converted into form of characters and then it will be printed. So, I start from the 0th position till the end of my file. So, that is my maximum size. So, here we have exceptions being handled, file not found exceptions. So, we have already seen about exception. File not found exception will be raised when the file you are trying to open is not available in that particular path, or if the even you have the path and the file is not available. If at all the file is not available, even you can create a one, provided if it is an output stream, whereas here it is an input stream, you are trying to read the content. So, the file should always be present before you read that particular file. So, and then we can say this file not found, and then you also capture all the general exceptions here.